And hello, everybody, and welcome to Roden Field on the campus of Martinsville High School for some Artesian softball on the MHS Rewind YouTube channel, IHSAA TV, and WREP 15 Sports. This evening, the Martinsville Artesians play host to the Indian Creek Braves. Good evening, everyone. I'm Levi Suter, joined by Bo Dilley. Bo, the Lady Artesians come into today's game at 11-8.
That's right, Levi. The Artesians picked up a huge win against the Center Grove Trojans, one of the top 10 teams in the state. Martinsville's coming into this game looking to continue a win streak against the Braves tonight.
Yeah, and on the other side tonight, we have the Indian Creek Braves. The Braves coming into tonight's game 2-9, coming off a loss against West Vigo. They're looking to bounce back tonight against the Artesians.
And here are some of our lineups for tonight, starting with the Artesians. We have Holly Gallian at shortstop. She's batting first. Batting second is her sister, Sydney Gallian, out in right field. Batting third, Ella Whitney at first base. Batting fourth, Carson Pruitt. She's the designated player. Batting fifth, Chloe Huff at third base. Batting sixth, Tori Edwards. She's out in left field. Batting seventh, Pacey Lewis at second base. Batting eighth, Elena Lambert. She's going to be pitching tonight. Batting ninth, Ava Pemberton. She's going to be the catcher. And the flex player she's the flex player, Jada Montgomery.
Yeah, and Bo, tonight here, yesterday, the Class 4A Sectional 13 draw came out, and this year it's being played at Mooresville. Now, Martinsville did get one of the two bye games. They will play in Game 3 against the winner of two ranked teams here, Mooresville at number 4 in the state, and Center Grove, who they just beat for the first time since 2006, number 14, Center Grove.
Yeah, so, for that game, you're really hoping for Center Grove to beat Mooresville because you already know that. You can play with Center Grove, and you can even beat them. And, Center Grove, they're very dominant in all sports, especially football. But it's always a huge win whenever you beat Center Grove, really, in anything.
Yeah, absolutely, Bo. Now, strike one to Holly Gallian. Gallian so far had a pretty good year. Foul ball there. As we mentioned, Gallian batting .279 on the year. Has 17 hits. Pretty impressive. Play there by the third baseman. Throws over. Hard hit ball, definitely, but number 9, Day, makes a great play.
Yeah, I'm sure Holly Gallian also feels some pressure batting first, You always got to start off the team right. You got sometimes the first hit of the game, which Holly Gallian just did, but great play by the third baseman, able to get her out.
Now, here's her sister, Sydney Gallian. Sydney is a senior. She's batting .291 on the year, 16 hits.
Yeah, and I think the Artesians need to focus on getting under one of these because Emmenheiser isn't exactly throwing heat right now. I'm sure the Artesians are going to change the way that they bat.
Yeah, absolutely. Gallian does have a home run on the year, so possibly looking for a second here.
Yeah, another thing the Artesians need to make sure that they do is wait on the pitch. Don't go too early because you're going to keep fouling it off to the left side, and then eventually you get yourself down in the count, which is definitely what you do not want.
Now, there's looks like she got under that one there, Bo, as you mentioned earlier in the at-bat. Now we've got some other tough opponents here in this Class 4A Sectional 13. On the other side of the bracket, we've got in the bye Whiteland Community. Now they are ranked 5th right now in the state, just above Mooresville, or just below Mooresville. My apologies. There's a strikeout.
The first baseman, Ella Whitney.
Here is the Artesians' star player, Ella Whitney. Ella Whitney having a massive year, batting .475 at the plate, 9 home runs, and 28 hits. As there's a shot by Ella Whitney, and it's gone. That'll be her 10th home run of the year.
What a way to start out this first inning, Ella Whitney.
I was just talking about her home runs. Here's the celebration. Do we see the gritty? Yes, we do. That's one thing the softball team likes to do. Baseball team, I am a member of the baseball team. I don't know if we have a designated celebration, but that is a pretty cool celebration.
Yeah, I called one of the volleyball games, the men's volleyball games, last week, and, I mean, both teams, Martinsville and Monrovia, they were gritting pretty much the whole time, every break they had.
Here's Carson Pruitt. All right, here we go again, seeing Ella Whitney absolutely smashes that ball on a line, too, and dead center, so you don't see many of those.
No, you don't. Sending that thing way out of road and field.
So we see Carson Pruitt up to bat, hits one to the shortstop, and that'll be out number 3 for the Braves. Now we will see the Artesians up 1-0. We'll pick it up in the bottom of the inning.
This is your IHSAA. This is your state. This is your high school. This is your athletic association.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and we're here to make sure that all of this remains yours.
This is your state. This is your community. This is your IHSAA.
Don't do that.
And welcome back to Roden Field on the campus of Martinsville High School. Now, we've got the Braves here. We've got Allie Gavin batting first, Jasmine Day batting second, and Alyssa Lewis batting third. That'll be 1, 2, 3 here for the Indian Creek Braves. And for the Artesians, we've got Carson Pruitt on the mound. But one thing that we saw in the top half of the inning was we have a pitcher throwing a little bit slower. Now, this can mess with the hitter's timing. I mean, we see a guy throwing slow in baseball, and it's hard to hit, man. Usually you're seeing a guy throwing 80 miles an hour plus, and you see a guy throwing 70, and it's a tough challenge. I mean, hitting is all about timing, and you get out in front of that ball, and sometimes it's super hard to hit. So we'll have to see how the Artesians battle with the Braves here.
Yeah, and it's kind of a funny thing too, because you think that if you get a slower pitcher, it would just be way easier. It's like home run derby, but it's really not because of how used you are to the faster pitches coming in. Then when you get someone who's throwing a lot slower, it really, like you said, throws off your timing.
Yeah, absolutely. And even myself, Bo, I prefer faster pitching. And sometimes, I mean, you get slow pitchers and you just have to scoot all the way up in the box because, I mean, usually you're seeing fast pitching. You're at your normal spot in the box, and sometimes it's hard to sit back and wait on that pitch. So a key sometimes for me is just scoot up in the box and use my back leg and try and drive it opposite field.
Yeah, it's really hard not to get out early on that thing. And you may be wondering why the Artesians batted first. That is because the Braves are the home team tonight. The game was originally supposed to be at Indian Creek, but a change was made because there was some construction going on near the Braves softball field, which made them not able to host the game. So they're still going to be the home team, but at Roden Field.
Yeah, but we got a chance to talk to Coach Britton before the game, and she said that they are actually the away team for the rest of their season. So that's a key factor in these games, and it's tough to play on the road sometimes.
Yeah, but it's kind of fortunate because they were supposed to be on the road for this game too, but like I said, the change made the Artesians be at home for this game, so I'm sure that's going to help them a lot tonight.
What a battle by Allie Gavin. 2 foul balls, getting that pitch count up early. Now, if you missed it, just in case you missed it, top of the first, the Artesians did strike 1-0. Ella Whitney hit an absolute laser over the center field fence, and it's hard to hit a ball that far and that hard at the same time.
There's an error by Chloe Huff. Couldn't quite field it well enough. I mean, it was coming in hot, though.
Gavin does lead the team in on-base percentage, so that'll help her out there, too, as well. Solid hit right there. Just ate Chloe Huff up. The Braves look to bunt here to try and advance this runner. Maybe a little bit of small ball being played here by the Braves.
Maybe trying to mess with the Artesians' head, too.
Jasmine Day up to bat for the Braves. Day batting .312 on the season with 10 hits.
Wonder if we're going to see, yeah, we are third bunt here.
Day a little frustrated with herself now. If she tries and bunts again here, Bo, she hits this foul. She lays down a bunt, hits it foul. That's an out.
Yeah, you definitely got to be careful here. As she did try and bunt the first 3 pitches. Got to wonder if she'll do it again here.
Might be a hit and run situation. No hit, but she did run. Ball went into the outfield there. Pemberton's throw was a little off, but there's a steal by Allie Gavin.
Good job by Jada Montgomery to back that throw up. She read it, saw that it was going to be a little to the right. She was right there, made sure that nobody was advancing on the bases.
Just missed by Pruitt there. It's an excellent pitch, and when I pitch, I like to keep it low because sometimes it's a lot harder to hit. You get guys that are swinging up, and it's pretty easy to find their weakness point.
Especially for the taller guys, you know. If you can get it down towards their kneecaps but still in the strike zone, I mean, that's definitely a pretty big thing.
Pruitt picks up her first K of the day. 1 out. We got a lefty up to bat. Number 24, Alyssa Lewis, playing center today. Lewis is a senior, batting .345. 10 hits on the season. Pruitt has done a great job so far in the game getting ahead. There is a ball. Close pitch there, but Pruitt's done a great job at getting ahead, and first strike counts is where it's really at. I mean, that's one thing that I like to do when I pitch. I try and get ahead and try not to waste pitches. There's another ball. These Indian Creek hitters seem pretty disciplined. So there's a drive out to the outfield. That is a great catch there by Lewis. Has a great job of calling off her outfielders, letting them know that that was her ball, and she made a great effort to make that play.
Yeah, that was close. I didn't know if Allie Gavin got back to the base or not. I wasn't sure if she tagged up, but umpires said she did. Either that or she just got back to second before Pacey Lewis was able to get there.
We got the shortstop up to bat, Emily Tudor, another senior, batting .371. She does have a home run on the year. Looking to pick up another one here.
Maybe match Ella Whitney's home run.
Statistically the best hitter on the team here. No surprise, batting cleanup for the Braves. There's a swing and a drive off the wall. Edwards gets to it quick, and I thought we were about to see another home run there, Bo.
I did too, and I think Tori Edwards thought the same thing. She wasn't quite ready for that thing to hit the top of the wall and bounce down, but it did. Luckily, it wouldn't really have affected any of the base running.
Number 16.
Great job extending to that outside corner, trying to pull that ball, and Tudor ties the game up.
She thought that one was a little high, maybe a little outside. Umpire says otherwise.
One count here. Braves tied this game up with a shot off the left field wall just a second ago. There's a foul ball. 1-2 count here. Pruitt trying to get out of this inning.
Artesian defense need to stay awake here. You never know when one's maybe hit to the outfield, you're not quite ready, and then causes an error and maybe another run to score.
Looks like Pruitt was going for that outside corner there. Just missed. 2-2 count. Once again, trying to get out of this inning before more damage can possibly be done. Full count here. Huge pitch for the Artesians. There we go. Called strike 3. Got the corner. Now, that'll be it for the first inning. Martinsville and Indian Creek tied 1-1. We'll see you in the top of the second.
Becoming a licensed sports official is a great way to make a positive difference in the community and support the over 160,000 Indiana student athletes that participate across 22 IHSAA sports. Sports officiating allows you to stay connected to the game, become a role model for our young student athletes, earn extra money, and support the patrons and communities of our IHSAA member schools. To learn more about becoming a licensed IHSAA official, log on to ihsaa.org/officials today.
Hi, I'm Matt Wolford, president of the IHSAA Foundation, and we need your help. We need your help so the youth of our community can develop advanced leadership skills. We need your help giving high school administrators and coaches the instruction and insight they need to be better role models and teachers. To learn more or to make a tax-deductible contribution, go to ihsaafoundation.org. You'll not only be contributing to the foundation of the IHSAA, you'll be contributing to the foundation of our community.
Back here at Roden Field now. Just in case if you missed it, the Braves tied it up on a shot out to left field off the fence that scored Allie Gavin, who led off the inning with a single. And Ella Whitney in the top of the first inning had a bomb, absolute screamer over the center field fence for the Artesians.
Yeah, like we were saying, more of a slow pitcher here for the Braves, so the Artesians are definitely going to have to keep taking advantage of that, as Ella Whitney did in the top of the first.
One of the key things that I mentioned in the top of the first when we went over the slow pitching of the Braves pitcher, Chloe Huff, is in the front of the box, and that's what I like to do often when we're facing a slow pitcher for baseball, but Chloe Huff is maybe beat up a little bit. She shaking her head in frustration down the first baseline.
Yeah, she knows she could do a lot more with how this pitcher is approaching the mound, and she's just disappointed that she didn't. And, I mean, there's lots of anticipation, I'm sure. When you're waiting for that pitch to come in, you know, you're as far up in the box as you can be. You just don't want to be early on it.
Tori Edwards takes advantage of that first strike pitch, and she drives one up the middle, right past the shortstop. Edwards batting .239 on the year, picks up her 12th hit of the year.
Now batting, Casey Lewis.
Pacey Lewis up to bat. She's batting .250 as a sophomore. 17 hits so far this year and has 2 home runs. So looking to pick up her 3rd one here. Artesians have been under the ball a lot today. Trying to time up this pitcher as they faced last week. I mean, I'm sure they faced some studs. As there's a ground ball to the shortstop. Tough play, and what a throw by Tudor. Advances the runner to second base. But Pacey Lewis, unfortunate, but great play out there by Tudor.
Yeah, what I'm noticing with the Artesians is that they're not really being patient with what pitches they like, because they're all coming in at a pace where you think that you can hit them. But I mean, if it's not where you want it, then I wouldn't try swinging at it. Right there is where I'd say Elena Lambert would want that, though.
Called strike 1, and one thing the Artesians have been doing, they've been really aggressive in the count, so maybe they try and ease back on the count, and they're trying to, work counts and get this pitch count up and try and get better looks at better pitches. Got Lambert up to bat. She's batting .200 on the year. As there's another drive out to the shortstop. Tudor makes another great play, and that'll be it for the top of the 2nd. The Artesians are tied 1-1. Welcome back to Roden Field as the Martinsville Artesians and Indian Creek Braves are tied here 1-1, bottom of the 2nd. Artesians pretty much 1-2-3 inning, but Tori Edwards picked up a hit, her 12th of the year, and we've got the pitcher Emmenheiser leading off the inning. Braves looking to do more damage here as they scored 1 in the 1st inning, doing some small ball. Tried to bunt over the ball. That didn't work out for him. So Emily Tudor, who's made 2 great plays so far in the game, hit one off the left field wall, and that scored a run for them.
Emmenheiser is 3rd on the team in hits this year with 10. She also has scored 8 runs, which is also 3rd on the team.
One thing this Indian Creek team's been good at, and the Artesians have kind of struggled here early on, is they're kind of good at limiting the count. They're trying to see what their best pitch is, and they're trying to work the count and get this pitch count up early. Because let me tell you, as a pitcher, it's tough when you get up to 70, 80 pitches. So there, speaking of pitchers, right back to Carson Pruitt, makes the throw over to Ella Whitney.
Yeah, good job by Pruitt on staying calm, not getting in a rush. She knows that ball came straight to her at a pretty decent speed, and she just fielded it cleanly and just was able to lob it over to Ella Whitney for the easy out.
We've got Bailey Dowdy up to bat here. So there's a drive. Fair ball. Looking for two here. She's going to go. Trouble picking up the ball in right field. And there's a stand-up double for Bailey Dowdy. First pitch swinging. I like it.
And you may hear the Braves bench getting a little rowdy over there. That is because that is her first hit of the year for Dowdy. First hit of the year is a double.
Number 26,
Sounds like a good deal if you ask me.
Mullis up to the plate now. She's batting .053 on the season, so looking to pick up her second hit of the year. She does. She hits this deep enough. She can for sure score Dowdy on second base.
Yeah, Dowdy also has some wheels, so it's not going to be too hard to get her to score.
Pruitt so far struggling to get there in the strike zone as she gets one there. 2-1 count.
Yeah, umpire being a little generous to Pruitt. That one looked like it was pretty inside. Mullis even jumped back a little bit, but he did call it a strike.
You know, some umpires say the ruling is if you step out, it makes the box even bigger. So you got to stay in there. There's a hit.
Just past the head of Pacey Lewis.
Moles coming into scores, and she does. 2-1. The Braves take the lead. And Moles picks up her second hit of the year. It's an RBI single.
Just like I said, isn't going to take much to get Dowdy to score, and Mullis just poked that right past Pacey Lewis's head. And Dowdy just booked it for home, and she made it.
We've got a courtesy runner here. Number 18, Ava Bockover. First base. Up to the plate, we've got Avery Oldham. He's playing first base today.
And back to what you were saying about the strike zone, when the batter steps out, makes it a bigger strike zone, that means that you just gotta stay in there and be willing to take a hit. Only hurts for a few seconds, but let me tell you, it is worth it in the end.
Yeah, absolutely. Before I got injured, I got hit by a pitch, and I got to first base, and let me tell you, it's worth it once you get down there. Now, maybe not on somebody who's throwing 70 miles an hour at softball and probably 90 plus from baseball, but I mean, once you get down there, you realize you just got a free base and you have the possibility to score.
Yeah, although it may not seem like it right after it happens, once you get down there, it's all worth it.
And there's one. Right as we're talking about it, Oldham gets hit by a pitch in a 1-1 count. She seems almost unfazed.
You see, right as she got hit, I'm sure she was going through it, but now that she's at first base, she knows that it's all worth it.
Now we've got the top of the order, Allie Gavin. Now, just to remind you, she did hit a single last inning. And the Braves have made quick work of getting through this lineup, as we've got a little bit of a discussion by the team here at the circle. Team's giving Pruitt some high fives, some encouragement. You know, baseball does that too. I'll be on the mound and I walk somebody, and you know, Matt Decker at first base comes over and talks to me, or Ian Knuckles at third.
Showing some great sportsmanship. Especially feels good after, you know, you're not feeling too hot after you just walk someone, but when your teammates come over to console you and calm you down, I'm sure that feels very reassuring.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, one thing you don't want to see is your coach walking out to you, because it gets in your head thinking, oh, they might pull me here.
Yeah, it gets a lot more pressure on you, as this one is way up in the air.
Skied that one. Allen flies out to Sydney Gallian out there in right field. 2 outs now for the Artesians. Leaving 2 runners on base would be huge for the Artesians here, as they're already trailing 2-1 in the bottom of the second.
Carson Pruitt getting the pitch here from Coach Jim Whitney, also coaches football. Whitney's daughter, Ella Whitney, is playing first base right now. She's a very outstanding pitcher, and she already has a home run this game. Got one early in the first inning.
Absolutely. Whitney is committed to FIU, and we're sure she'll do a great job there as well. Going there to hit and pitch is what I've heard.
She is good at it.
We got Jasmine Day, a freshman, batting .312 here for the Braves. Is quickly into a 1-2 count. Pruitt needs this strikeout here. Struck out last time. Let's see if she can do it again. She does not. There's a gap shot. This could score 2 runners possibly. Trouble at the fence. Jada Montgomery. Here's the throw home. And no. 2-run double by Jasmine Day. Great piece of hitting. 2 strike up count. And she absolutely blasts ones out there in the gap.
Like you said, that trouble at the fence from Jada Montgomery really allowed in that second run. And now I'm sure Carson Pruitt just wants out of this inning.
Yeah, absolutely. As there's a play by Whitney, and that'll be the 3rd out for the inning. The Artesians are down 4-1 going in to the top of the 3rd.
This is your IHSAA. This is your state. This is your high school. This is your athletic association.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and we're here to make sure that all of this remains yours.
This is your state. This is your community. This is your IHSAA.
Don't do that.
And welcome back to Roden Field, as once we mentioned, Indian Creek is the home team in this game. So that's why you see the Artesians here batting in the top of the 3rd. Now, last inning, the Indian Creek Braves had a huge inning, scoring 3, and that's putting some tough pressure here on the Artesians, trying to get the bats going.
Yeah, and they know they can do it too. Ella Whitney showed that they can do it with her home run. Just hasn't really clicked for the other players yet.
Got Ava Pemberton up to bat for the Artesians. Pemberton is batting .189 on the season, 10 hits, and a handful of RBIs. So there's a shot through the 5-6 gap. Ava Pemberton picks up her first hit of the game. And now we've got the top of the order for the Artesians, Holly Gallian. Last time up to bat, she did ground out to the 3rd baseman. So looking to get a hit here and maybe drive in this run.
Artesians are starting to be more patient with their pitches, choosing which ones are going to be hittable and which ones are just too low, which is what we've seen a lot from Immenheiser.
Yeah, absolutely. And now you see the Artesians, maybe Coach Britton told them that they need to be more patient in their counts and maybe stop swinging out of their shoes, because sometimes the approach doesn't work.
Yeah, eventually that's going to lead to more hits once you get more comfortable with the pitcher, which I'm sure was a factor for the Artesians in the 1st and 2nd inning.
Right, you come off a week where you play Whiteland and Center Grove. I mean, you're facing studs there pitching, and they're probably throwing pretty fast too. And you come to this, and it's a tough change. 3-1 count here by Gallian. Looking for a walk or a base hit here.
Or a home run as well.
Yeah, absolutely. As there might be one. Drops down in left field. This might score a runner. Britton waves her home. As Gallian gets down. Gets an RBI triple. That'll score Pemberton. As the Artesians get their second run of the game. Way to hustle by Holly Gallian there to get that RBI triple. No outs, and you got a runner on third. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a bunt here possibly. Bunt or anything to the right side of the field. You got to change your approach to get that run in no matter what.
And Holly Gallian even got a triple when she hit it in left field. Usually for the triples you see it in right field because it's a much farther throw, but that is not the case this time.
She was hauling, Bo.
She was.
Opposite of me. I mean, I look like a baby giraffe when I run, so. Now we got our sister Sydney Gallian up to the plate. Let's see if she can do some damage. Looks like Holly's going to take off for the plate and is safe. That is an RBI by her sister Sydney, and here comes the purge. Ella Whitney. Ella hit a home run in her last at-bat. Absolute screamer over the center field wall. Looks to do the same again.
Generous play by Sydney Gallian to hit it to third and let her sister Holly score. Wasn't necessarily a sacrifice because she did not bunt, but I'm sure Holly's happy.
As there's a drive by Ella. Gets on her second time of the game. Ella pretty happy. Now, I am a big fan of some of these walk-up songs, Bo. You know.
I am too. They're kind of getting me fired up. I'm not even playing.
Yeah, usually you're trying to get locked in for your walk-up song, and even the baseball team, some of the baseball teams, I don't get how they're not bopping their head as they go up to the plate. There's a sky ball out there to the shortstop, and Tudor making it look easy. Pruitt over 2 on the day, and here comes Huff.
And there is a huge gap in about right center field between the center fielder and the right fielder, so I think I know exactly where Chloe Huff wants to hit this one.
Absolutely, and still finds the gap out there. Whitney rounding second. She's at third safely. And Huff looked like she was about halfway there, but decided not to go.
Wouldn't be surprised if we saw a steal coming from her, since it would be a risky throw from the catcher to second because, you know, you got Ella Whitney on third. Definitely don't want to risk anything. If the catcher makes a bad throw, Ella Whitney walks home.
Tori Edwards did have a single last time, and oh, what a play by Tudor. She's had some amazing plays so far, and what a web gem right there. The Artesians are still trailing 3-4 going into the bottom of the third.
Becoming a licensed sports official is a great way to make a positive difference in the community and support the over 160,000 Indiana student athletes that participate across 22 IHSAA sports. Sports officiating allows you to stay connected to the game, become a role model for our young student athletes, earn extra money, and support the patrons and communities of our IHSAA member schools. To learn more about becoming a licensed IHSAA official, log on to ihsaa.org/officials today.
Hi, I'm Matt Wolford, president of the IHSAA Foundation, and we need your help. We need your help so the youth of our community can develop advanced leadership skills. We need your help giving high school administrators and coaches the instruction and insight they need to be better role models and teachers. To learn more or to make a tax-deductible contribution, go to ihsaafoundation.org. You'll not only be contributing to the foundation of the IHSAA, you'll be contributing to the foundation of our community.
welcome back to Roden Field. And we've got a pitching change real quick here. Huff is going to come in for Pruitt.
And back to that sectional talk we were having earlier. Class 4A Sectional 13 is the sectional that Martinsville is playing in. Game 1 has Mooresville and Center Grove. Center Grove, who the Artesians just recently beat last week. They were ranked number 14 in the state. They were ranked top 10 after the Artesians beat them. Now they're ranked number 14 still. Very impressive.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, the Artesians did beat Center Grove last Friday, 6-1. Excellent game here at home. Now, we had some great players there. We had Ava Pemberton. She went 1 for 3. Alea Lambert, she went 1 for 3. Ella Whitney went 2 for 3. And Ella also had a great game there on the mound. She pitched all 7, struck out 6, and only had 1 earned run and only gave up 3 hits. That's pretty impressive against a tough Center Grove team.
Yeah, and speaking of Ella Whitney, she's had a great night tonight so far as well. Home run in the first. In the 3rd inning, she got another hit, so she's 2 for 2.
And now going back to Chloe Huff, so far in the year, she has a 4.57 ERA. She's 3-2 on the year, and she has 28 strikeouts while only allowing 13 walks. It's a pretty good strikeout to walk ratio.
Some very impressive numbers there.
There's a drive out to left field. Edwards under it and makes the catch.
Some upcoming games for the Artesians. On Wednesday, they play Franklin Central. The next day, Thursday, they play Mooresville. And Saturday night at 6 o'clock, they also play Mooresville.
Number 16, Amelia Woodkey.
Here's a bunt attempt here by number 16, Amelia Woodle. Woodle on the year so far, hitting 194. Now, lefty, possibly a slap hitter here. Keep looking for this bunt or down the opposite field side. Huff looking for a strikeout here. She's up 0-2 already. There we go, Bo. Like I said, she's trying to hit it down that third baseline.
Yeah, she is. She knows that if she hits it at just the right speed and just the right angle, she can outrun that throw. Although you do have Ella Whitney playing third. And, I mean, we both know that she's definitely going to be able to get there if she needs to.
Yeah, she's got a cannon over there. Ella going to FIU to be a pitcher and a hitter is what she told me the last time I talked to her. Now, some big conference play here this week. We've got Franklin playing Franklin. Artesians go and battle them. And this year,
FIU, where Ella's going, Florida International University, that is Division I. So that's pretty impressive in itself.
they got Franklin tomorrow away, and then Franklin here on Wednesday at 5:30, and they also have Edgewood here on Friday. Looking to be a 1-2-3 inning here for the Artesians to try and get back, come back from this 3-4 deficit. They are definitely starting to feel alive.
And I think that third base hit from Woodkey, I think that's what she wanted to do. Just she hit it a little bit too hard. She just wanted to poke it down that third baseline. She was not able to do that. Hit it right to Ella Whitney, and like we were saying, Ella just threw it over to first and got her out.
And Huff pumping some gas in here. It's pretty hard to me. Emenheiser down 0-2, and Huff's had a pretty successful day so far. He's gotten 0-2 in all three of her counts to start off. Could be a waste pitch here. Ground ball. Loses the ball. Goes to tag, and it is not there. Tough error by Elena Lambert.
Lambert just tried to pick her glove up before she could fully field it there.
Number 3, Bailey Downing.
Also did not bring in her other hand to guide it in. We can see when you don't do the correct fundamentals in fielding a ball, then that's the result.
Yeah, one of the classic things that you got to remember is got to have the ball before you do anything with it. That's what Coach Peterson says over on the baseball field most of the time.
And that is true. If you don't believe it, then you're going to find out the hard way.
Now, the Artesians and Braves do have some common opponents. They have both played Greenwood. Indian Creek did lose, and Martinsville went 1-1 against them. Now, Edgewood plays Martinsville this week, and Indian Creek also played Edgewood earlier in the season. They lost 13-3, and both teams beat Northview. And Indian Creek did also play Franklin Community earlier in the season. They lost 14-4, so could be a tough matchup here for the Artesians. It's their strike 3 for the Artesians, and they're looking to battle back here in the 4th, down 3-4. Welcome back here to Roden Field as the Artesians still trail 3-4, top of the 4th, and Pacey Lewis up to bat. Pacey was 0 for 1 on the day. She grounded out to the shortstop. So looking to get a hit here, as so far the Indian Creek strategy of throwing that slow ball is working so far, because the Artesians have had some trouble adjusting to that slow speed after they played some great pitchers in Center Grove and Whiteland so far. As there's another hit, and Tudor has had some great effort so far out there at shortstop. She made a heck of a play last inning and jumped up and absolutely, I mean, it was one of the most athletic things I've ever seen. As Artesians start off the inning hot, Pacey Lewis hits a single through the 5-6 gap. Artesians still looking to come back from and take this lead from the Braves and hang on to it. As there's a deep drive out to left field. She catches it. Off the bat, I thought that was gone.
I did too. Just kept going farther and farther back, but just did not have enough speed on it.
Fly out to Dowdy out there in left field. Ava Pemberton did have a single last time, so she's 1 for 1 on the day. Looking to continue her reign of terror. Ball 1 there.
Ava Pemberton batting 189 this year. She's got 3 RBIs, couple doubles, and a triple.
Once again, Bo, I mean, the Artesians have had a great job at sitting back and waiting for their pitches. There was her pitch, and unfortunately straight to somebody. You know, we just played BNL on last Friday night, and we were hitting the ball, but just wouldn't go. I mean, it just wouldn't find a gap or anything, Bo. And it's frustrating at times, but sometimes you realize, I mean, there's nothing you can do if you piece a ball and it goes straight to somebody. I mean,
yeah, I mean, it is frustrating because you're really doing what you're supposed to do, which is hitting the ball, but whenever it's just not finding the gaps and it's just going right to the infielders, and it's got to be tough to handle.
now maybe this Indian Creek shift is working for the Braves because I don't know if you can see right now, but their center fielder is basically in that left field gap, and they've got a huge area of grass out there between the center fielder and the right fielder. I mean, right now you can see it on the screen. Their center fielder, that is not their left fielder. That is their center fielder.
Yeah, and I mean, the Artesians just haven't been able to find that gap. Seems like they've been hitting most of them to the left field area.
You know, a baseball team will play shifts against lefties and righties sometimes, but I mean, I have not seen something like this in a minute. This looks like baseball games with the Yankees when Joey Gallo comes up. Joey Gallo, big power hitter for the Yankees, and he's a big lefty, and he pulls the ball about 99% of the time. So it's crazy. You'll see 4 infielders on the right side of the field, and you'll have 2 outfielders over there. I mean, just trying to let him not get a hit. So
yeah, it's almost comical when you look at it as well.
yeah, it looks kind of funny sometimes, but it really works. And unfortunately, the shift is no longer going to be a thing next year in the MLB. They actually banned it. So maybe you'll see big pull guys like Joey Gallo and Anthony Rizzo, just a couple guys on the Yankees that pull the ball a lot. Artesians here have Pacey Lewis and Holly Gallian on base, and Sydney Gallian up to bat, trying to drive them in as there's a sky ball out there. Possibly dropping, and nope, not on Tudor's watch. She's done a great job out there at shortstop so far this game. Artesians still trail 3-4 going into the bottom of the 4th.
This is your IHSAA. This is your state. This is your high school. This is your athletic association.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and we're here to make sure that all of this remains yours.
This is your state. This is your community. This is your IHSAA.
Don't do that.
And welcome back to Roden Field here in the bottom of the 4th. Now, once again, just to remind you guys, if you've tuned in just now, the Indian Creek Braves actually are the home team here. Their field is closed for the rest of the year due to construction. So they are the designated home team just being played at Roden Field. Chloe Huff still pumping gas from that last inning.
Here we have Abby Mullis hitting. She is not the Braves' strongest hitter. Only has 1 hit so far this year. Sure, she's hoping to make it 2 right here, though.
She actually does have 2. Earlier in the game, she picked up 1, and the dugout started going crazy.
That is true. I'm sure she upped her batting percentage a little bit with that one as well.
And oh, that was gross. Let me tell you, I would have swung out of my shoes on that one. It looked like a slider from up here, but I don't know what the correct term for softball, what kind of pitch that was, but that was dirty.
Chloe Huff definitely has some tricks up her sleeve.
Huff blows one by Moles. That's her 2nd strikeout of the day.
Coming to bat, number 7, Avery Oldham.
Huff's done a great job pitching so far on the year. She does have 30 strikeouts now compared to her 13 walks. So she has great control and is very effective when it comes to painting corners.
Yeah, and that's definitely what you need right now. You got to have great defense because you are down in the game 4-3. The Braves are winning, so definitely want to do anything that you can. As looks like we might have some confusion here coming from Jim Whitney.
There's another beautiful pitch. That pitch is beautiful. I like to use that in baseball. That's a front door slider to a righty. I mean, borderline what that was, but close pitch there. Brings the count 3-1. One thing this Braves team has been great doing so far, they've got great patience up here at the plate.
Yeah, that's something that the Artesians need to maybe take some notes on, especially with the pitcher that they're facing tonight.
Ground ball right back to the pitcher. Chloe Huff makes quick work of that. Throws it over to Lewis. And back to the top of the order here. Now, Gavin is 1 for 1 on the day. She is one of the 4 runs that the Braves have had through today, and she had a steal as well earlier in the game.
And Allie Gavin bats a fairly impressive .333. She has 6 RBIs this year.
Yeah, anything above 300, Bo, is great. There is a swing. She almost came out of her shoes there, but a pretty good drive into that ball.
Yeah, she's eager to hit one of these. Needs to get her team going in this inning.
Yeah, another run here would be huge momentum for the Braves. One thing this Braves team has done a great job with is, I mean, they're staying loose. They're talking to their teammates in the dugout, and I mean, almost like our baseball team. We like to stay loose and have fun, and they're having fun right now.
Yeah, and that's really the main thing, especially in big games. You don't want to get necessarily too serious about it, because then that just means that you're more likely to make a mistake. If you're more loose and you're just having fun out there, then that's when you're really playing your best game.
Gavin tempted to bite on that high fastball, but didn't swing. Gavin trying to avoid this 1-2-3 inning to give the Artesians some momentum. There's another strikeout by Huff. That'll be it for the 4th inning. Going into the top of the 5th, the Martinsville Artesians are still trailing 3-4.
Becoming a licensed sports official is a great way to make a positive difference in the community and support the over 160,000 Indiana student athletes that participate across 22 IHSAA sports. Sports officiating allows you to stay connected to the game, become a role model for our young student athletes, earn extra money, and support the patrons and communities of our IHSAA member schools. To learn more about becoming a licensed IHSAA official, log on to ihsaa.org/officials today.
Hi, I'm Matt Wolford, president of the IHSAA Foundation, and we need your help. We need your help so the youth of our community can develop advanced leadership skills. We need your help giving high school administrators and coaches the instruction and insight they need to be better role models and teachers. To learn more or to make a tax-deductible contribution, go to ihsaafoundation.org. You'll not only be contributing to the foundation of the IHSAA, you'll be contributing to the foundation of our community.
Back here at Roden Field in the top of the 5th inning, the Artesians still trail 3-4. Now, here is who you don't want up at the plate if you're in Indian Creek Braves. Ella Whitney, continuing her reign of terror on the season, 2 for 2 so far. She's been .475 on the season with 10 home runs. Picked up her 10th in the 1st inning of this game. Absolutely scorched one over the center field wall.
Yeah, I mean, those are just extremely impressive numbers. 475. I mean, that's something that you never see.
And here we might see some temptation to pitch to Whitney. Some guys, or some girls might get the Barry Bonds treatment is what I like to call it. Barry Bonds, one of the best hitters of all time, used to play for the San Francisco Giants, and he got walked a lot because he hit a lot of home runs. 752, I believe is the number. And he has the most home runs in MLB history, and his on-base percentage was wicked, and it almost looked like an intentional walk because that was 4 straight balls. We got Carson Pruitt here in the game. She is 0 for 2 and looking to get it started for the Artesians here. As there's a ball, and Whitney advances to second base. Almost hesitant at first, but picks up the stolen base.
Carson Pruitt bats at 328, 14 RBIs, 3 doubles, and 3 dingers.
Looking to pick up her 15th RBI here. She's got a runner in scoring position, and that might do it. Whitney's going to get the wave home, and she's going to be safe by a mile. There we go. Not even a throw home. So Pruitt just drove in Whitney to tie the game on an RBI single. Ties the game, and the Artesians definitely are definitely a little less stressed. Now here comes Jada Montgomery, and she's playing center field today for the Artesians. She's the flex player, and she is also the courtesy runner for the designated player, Carson Pruitt.
Yeah, and I'm not surprised she's a courtesy runner. I remember back in middle school she ran sprints for track, and she was very fast. She won her race pretty much every time is what it seemed like.
Yeah, Bo, and one thing I remember about Jada, she used to play softball with my sister, and she was very, very fast. She always hit leadoff for my sister's travel team.
Yeah, so not very surprising to see her pinch running here.
Chloe Huff takes ball 1. She's 1 for 2 on the day so far. Fly out there, out to center field. Montgomery looked like she was going to tag, but decided not to. Maybe another thought again.
Yeah, definitely got to stay woke out there. Not a bad thing to see. She's antsy to get around the bases. And the Artesians, they've been hitting much better later in this game, but I mean it's still not enough with what they know that their potential is. Then they need to pick it up really.
Yeah, absolutely. The Artesians' approach has gotten much better as the game's gone on, and now they finally tied up the score 4-4. So there's a single by Tori Edwards, hits it right over Tudor's head.
I think we're going to have a pitching change here.
Number 24, Alyssa Lewis, is coming in. Alyssa Lewis has a 6.1 ERA this year, and she's a senior, has 11 appearances. She's got 16 strikeouts and 30 walks, so maybe not the best control here, but just trying to get out of this inning for the Indian Creek Braves, and has a little bit more heat on it.
And hitting-wise for Alyssa Lewis, she is essentially the second best player on this team. She has 5 RBIs, a couple doubles, and a couple triples as well.
Now, one thing Lewis is gonna have to change here is try and get this control down. She can't be walking batters here in a 4-4 game with 1 out, 2 runners on. definitely has to pitch and trust her defense to make some plays out on the field. Pacey Lewis comes up to bat, 1 for 1 on the day. You know, one thing, Bo, definitely the pace of play is a lot different in softball.
Yeah, much faster.
Absolutely. In baseball sometimes, I mean, when I'm out there pitching, I'll take 10, 15 seconds between each pitch just to try and get my command down. And they don't really care here. They're just trying to get through the innings fast and get the games over with.
Yeah, and with baseball being a lot slower, softball being a lot faster, that also means that in baseball your outfielders have to stay woke. They can't start falling asleep and get distracted by things, because next thing you know, the ball's coming right at them and they aren't able to make the play.
Tough play over there. Foul ball over the first baseman's head. Oldham just couldn't come down with the catch. Gives Lewis a second chance opportunity here with runners on base. This could hurt the Braves. Here's the pitch. Lewis just did that. She makes the Braves pay with that second chance opportunity. Brings in the go-ahead run in the top of the 5th. 5-4 Artesians.
None other than Jada Montgomery flying in for the Artesians' 5th run. Gives them their second lead of the game. They led 1-0 in the top of the 1st after Ella Whitney's home run.
Lambert continues this hitting party for the Artesians as Edwards thought about going, goes back, maybe missed her sign to go or not. That's okay. Artesians have the bases loaded here. Lambert wasted no time getting on base there.
Number 2, Ava Pemberton.
Ava Pemberton walks up to the plate. This is a big at-bat here for the freshman.
Bases loaded. Ava Pemberton does not have a home run yet this year. I mean, this would be a great time to get her first.
Absolutely. Skied over the first baseman's head. Tough play by the second baseman. Makes the play as there's an RBI. Sack fly RBI. Edwards scores. And Pacey Lewis advances to third base.
Lots of action there. Lots of base running, lots of going back after thinking about advancing the bases. Artesian base runners weren't quite sure what to do there. Tori Edwards knew exactly what to do, and that's just score.
All right, and that'll be a ground out to end the inning. The Artesians come out top 6-4 going into the bottom of the 5th. Welcome back to Roden Field here as the Artesians put up a 3 spot in the top of the 5th to come out with a 6-4 score. Now, the Indian Creek Braves, they need to battle back. They need to battle back here and have the same approach that they've been having all game. Play this small ball game, and Huff is giving them a tear right now. I mean, she's thrown great. Already has 4 strikeouts. My apologies.
Yeah, and I think the pitching change for the Braves really benefited the Artesians because, like we were saying before, they just weren't used to pitches coming in that slow. But now that they got a pitcher that they're more used to, throwing at a more average speed, I mean, that's...
Yeah, absolutely. And you see this in baseball, too. The harder a pitcher is throwing, sometimes the easier it is. I mean, you make contact, and that ball flies off of the bat. Same case here for the Artesians. They just put up a 3 spot in the top of the 5th, and it's clear that they're hitting way better off of the faster pitcher than the slower pitchers. There's a looking K right on the outside corner of the plate. Beautiful pitch there by Chloe Huff.
Chloe Huff has really done well since she's came in pitching, taking over from Carson Pruitt. Batting now, we have the new pitcher, Alyssa Lewis. She's batting .345, 5 RBIs, 2 doubles, and 2 triples as well.
Lewis definitely looking to hit this ball down the third baseline. Looks like she just missed the screwball right there on the outside corner. Huff's done a great job at commanding her pitching and hasn't given up a walk yet, so definitely don't want to give up one here as she starts it off 3-0, and this is one of the toughest counts to come back from. Mentally drained as a pitcher. You got 3-0 against their number 3 hitter. I mean, you're not trying to give them anything too good to hit.
Yeah, I definitely don't want to start the trend of walks now in the 5th inning.
Looks like a called strike. Don't think Alyssa Lewis was too happy with that call, shaking her head.
She was not. She wanted that walk.
Well, there's another questionable call off the edge of the plate. Definitely, umpire might have given Huff a couple pitches right there.
Yeah, I don't think Alyssa Lewis is happy about either of those. She's got to play this more aggressive.
As Lewis fights off the 2-strike count. Now, one thing the baseball team likes to say in this situation, it's a full count, 3-2, 3 balls, 2 strikes. You're either ball 4 or you're getting a base hit, and you try not to strike out in this. And there's a base hit, diving try by Lewis, but can't quite stretch out to make it. There's a single for Alyssa Lewis.
Number 2, Emily Tudor.
Let's see if this can start off the Braves. And here comes Tudor. Has done a great job so far. 1 for 2 in the game. And, I mean, her defensive play today has been well worth, I mean, pretty much everything. Bo, I mean, one of the best defensive games I've seen. And there's a drive out to left field. Off the top of the fence. Almost had it. There's a double. Stand-up double.
Yeah, she has showed some athleticism that we have not seen from any of these other players. I mean, the plays that she's making at shortstop, she's moving all around the field, and then hitting-wise, I mean, that one was 6 inches from being a home run.
Yeah. Tudor looked a little frustrated that hit off the red lining out there in left center field, but I mean, not much you can do. As Woodkey looks to bunt possibly here.
Yeah, and if that one would have went out, then that would have tied the game up here at 6. So I'm sure she has lots of reason to be frustrated with that one.
One out for the Braves. That'll get at least 1 run in, possibly 2. No play. Huff looks a little frustrated out there. Run scores 5-6. The Braves.
Yeah, Lambert kind of got put in an awkward position there. She had to go field that one, but Pacey Lewis wasn't in the correct spot to get there and cover first for her, so.
As you know, Bo, that play almost deked me right there. I thought this Huff was going to let that go right by her, and last second she put up her glove. A lot of trust in the catcher right there.
Yeah, that was a little crazy.
As the Braves look to score this run now. Emmenheiser looking to bunt. Could possibly score this run at third base. Tudor does have some wheels. We'll see if they continue to try and bunt here. They don't. Tudor playing mind games with the catcher. Pemberton. 2-1 count here by Emmenheiser. So far on the year, she's hitting .292 with 4 RBIs, looking to pick up 2 more.
Yeah, Emmenheiser was pitching earlier in this game as well. She allowed 4 of the Artesians' runs. Didn't do a terrible job, though. Game was tied at 4 when she exited.
As there's another strikeout for Huff. Second strikeout of the inning, but we've had another run score. Here comes Bailey Dowdy. She's 1 for 2 with a double and a strikeout. Looking to pick up 2 RBIs here and get these Braves up again. That would be huge momentum going into the top of the 6th. This is a bunt with 2 outs. Questionable call here, but, I mean, if she's got enough wheels to do it, then I don't blame her.
Yeah, she definitely, if she is going to bunt again, then she definitely can't foul it off like she just did, because that ends the inning.
Yeah, I would be questioning that call myself, Bo. I mean, you got 2 outs, 0-2 count. If you're bunting, I mean, obviously have no faith in yourself.
Yeah, that's essentially going to be a easy out for the defense if you bunt with 2 outs, because you don't have to worry about that runner on third. Because if you get the force out at first, then the run doesn't even count.
Looking to foul off another pitch. Dowdy is up there fighting. Dowdy so far on the year hitting .095. Has 2 hits, so looking to pick up her third. Unfortunately enough for Dowdy, she does not strike out. Going into the top of the 6th, Artesians still up 6-5.
In the top of the 6th, the 2, 3, and 4 hitters, Gallian, Whitney.
This is your IHSAA. This is your state. This is your high school. This is your athletic association.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and we're here to make sure that all of this remains yours.
This is your state. This is your community. This is your IHSAA.
I'll do that.
Welcome back to Roden Field here on the campus of Martinsville High School. And looks like we've got a new pitcher here, number 18. Abby Bockover. She was playing right field, and she's coming into the game here. Maybe to little bit of a slower pitcher again. Maybe trying to throw off this Artesians team to keep these runs slim to none, and trying to spark a comeback here and steal a win from the Artesians.
Bockover, not the most experienced pitcher, only has 2 strikeouts this year.
She also does have an 11 ERA and 4 appearances. She has walked 9 and only stricken out 2. So, looking to have a good outing here against the Artesians. Definitely has her defense on her back, led by senior Emily Tudor out there at shortstop. She's had a heck of a defensive game and 2 doubles, 2 for 3 on the game so far. Definitely looks like a leader out there for the Braves. Sydney Gallian leads off the top of the 6th for the Artesians. That ball looked like it hit her. That is ball 1. Sydney Gallian, a senior.
Abby Bockover has only pitched 7 innings this year, and in those 7 innings she has allowed 16 hits and 19 runs.
Gallian, a senior, batting .291, might be able to leg this one out, and she does. Gets by the pitcher for an infield single. And here comes the purge. It's our walk-up song at least. Ella Whitney, she has a home run and a single, 2 for 2 on the day with a walk. Now, let's see if the Braves pitch to her. She got the Barry Bonds treatment last time. Looks like they are going to pitch to her this time.
They got to be careful, because if they give her one that she likes, I'm sure she will send it over to Bell
And
Academy.
she does. That one's over the scoreboard, Bo, off the scoreboard. And that gives the Artesians an 8-5 lead, up 3. Ella Whitney, another home run on the day.
What did I say? If you give her one she likes, she'll send it over to Bell, and that's exactly what she did.
And here comes the gritty. No gritty this time, but gives the Artesians a 2-run home run. And here it is again, folks, for the ones at home. Boom. Absolutely electric right off the scoreboard. Gives the Artesians a 3-run lead. Definitely some insurance they needed. And here comes Carson Pruitt. She has 3 home runs herself, and she's batting .328 with 19 hits. So looking to pick up another one here.
Ella domed that scoreboard.
Yeah, absolutely. She's had 2 shots off the score. Or she's had 2 shots today that have gone far, and that one might be gone. Just short. Good play by Lewis out there in center field. It was a fly out. It was about 5 feet short from going over. Way to go out there and scale the wall. Here comes Huff. Huff 1 for 3 today. Looking to be 2 for 4. That would boost her batting average on the day up to 500. Strike on the outside corner. Now Huff this year batting .279.
Huff does have 2 home runs this year, so wouldn't be surprised if she hits one out, because it seems like the Artesians have really hit well tonight against these Brave pitchers.
Yeah, this Braves pitcher, she seems to be kind of in the middle of the first and second pitcher speed-wise, and Artesians still look like they can mash some softballs here. So there's an inside pitch that she chose to swing at. Tudor goes over there and makes the play. Once again, an excellent play, or excellent game over there by Tudor at shortstop. I mean, she's done fantastic.
Yeah, and I didn't even think that she was going to run over there to get that one. I thought that was definitely in the third baseman zone, but, I mean, Tudor knows she can do it, so she just runs over there. She says, I got it, and she just does it effortlessly, really.
Absolutely, Bo. She had a diving play earlier in the game and a fantastic jumping, athletic, super athletic play. And you don't often see that. As there's a scorcher down there towards the third base dugout. Almost hit Coach Britton. That happened to us the other day. Riddick Bolton hit a screamer at our dugout, and it was scary. Came almost right at me.
I can imagine. Riddick's he's a pretty big guy. He is definitely not afraid to hit the weight room.
There's a pop-up to the third baseman, Day, and that'll do it here as the Artesians put up a 2-spot in the top of the 6th to lead the Indian Creek Braves by 3 going to the bottom of the 6th.
Becoming a licensed sports official is a great way to make a positive difference in the community and support the over 160,000 Indiana student athletes that participate across 22 IHSAA sports. Sports officiating allows you to stay connected to the game, become a role model for our young student athletes, earn extra money, and support the patrons and communities of our IHSAA member schools. To learn more about becoming a licensed IHSAA official, log on to ihsaa.org/officials today.
Hi, I'm Matt Wolford, president of the IHSAA Foundation, and we need your help. We need your help so the youth of our community can develop advanced leadership skills. We need your help giving high school administrators and coaches the instruction and insight they need to be better role models and teachers. To learn more or to make a tax-deductible contribution, go to ihsaafoundation.org. You'll not only be contributing to the foundation of the IHSAA, you'll be contributing to the foundation of our community.
And here we go. Bottom of the 6th here, back at Roden Field, 8-5 as a 2-spot by the Artesians in the top of the 6th bring a lot of insurance and a 3-run lead to the Indian Creek Braves. Now Huff on a tear so far. All 3 outs last inning were strikeouts. So she's got some power stuff that she's definitely looking to show off here. There's a ball that just misses. Probably a little low.
Yeah, Chloe Huff has done a very, very good job so far on limiting hits, and she's also got a few pitches up her sleeve, as we've seen. She's got a curve change, a screwball. She's been putting them to work.
Yeah, Huff so far on this season has a 4.57 ERA with 33.2 innings pitched. Definitely the Artesians' number 2 pitcher, second behind Ella Whitney. And she's done a great job so far coming into the game, as there's a sword that she gets. 1-2 count here for the Artesians, and Chloe Huff looks to pick up her 6th strikeout of the game.
And as for Abby Mullis, she's having a pretty big game so far. Got her first hit of the year, so I'm sure she's got to be feeling pretty good.
Yeah, once you get that first hit, a lot of stress goes off your shoulders. And luckily enough, this year I got my first hit within the first game, so pretty happy about that.
Yeah, that's got to be really relieving, because once you go on a streak where you haven't gotten a hit in a few games, I mean, it really starts to build up on you, and it makes you more and more nervous every time you go to the plate, because you just think, I can't keep continuing this streak of not getting a hit. But once you break that streak or get your first hit of the year, it's definitely a great feeling.
And last batter, Huff picked up her 6th strikeout of the day. Huff tends not to walk a lot of people. Her strikeout to walk ratio right now is 28-13, so pretty good on the mound control-wise for the Artesians. One thing that I've noticed she's very good at is getting ahead of the count and getting ahead of these batters. I mean, you're throwing first strike pitches, and you're throwing that a lot, and that often leads to a high strikeout rate. There's a slow ball there by Whitney. Throws it across the diamond. Close play, but she is out.
Yeah, we've seen multiple times today where Chloe Huff is able to get ahead on the count. She gets up 0-2, and it puts the batter in a really bad spot because you can't afford to take any pitches that are close to the strike zone because, I mean, you got 4 more balls and 1 more strike before you can get on base. So,
Gavin 1 for 3 today. Top of the order here for the Braves. Looking to pick up another hit as skies one out behind the box. 0-1 count. Non-softball related. Our teacher, Mr. Eric Meyer, out here enjoying the game, talking to some fans, maybe some family.
Yeah, and he has his headphones down, so he can't hear us right now, so he has no idea that we're talking about him, but I'm sure he'd be glad to know that we're keeping him in our mind.
Absolutely. As Huff picks up the second strike of this count, and like we said, Huff does a great job at attacking these hitters.
I think Mr. Meyer might be talking to the wife of the late Ken Roden, who passed away in 2020, and this field is named after him, so that's very special to, I'm sure, him and all of his family.
Yeah, absolutely. Coach Roden picked up 2 state titles out there in center field. You can see back-to-back 2005 and 2006 winning program, as you see right now in the camera.
Yeah, he is just an extremely legendary man.
As there's a drive out to left field. Edwards looks like she's under it and makes the catch for out number 3. That'll be it for the 6th inning. Martinsville up 8-5 against Indian Creek. And we're back here at Roden Field, and looks like we are 7, 8, 9 here to spark the Artesians offense, maybe possibly get that back up to Ella Whitney, and she can hit another bomb. I mean, 3 for 3 this game with a walk, 2 home runs and a single. I mean, great game here. Definitely player of the game for the Artesians.
Yeah, she has provided so much energy.
Lewis, aggressive first swing. Lewis so far on the year, batting .250 for the Artesians. So there's a fly ball, and that's going to drop. That's where the shift hurts him, because this could be a triple very easily. Rounding second, going to third. Stand-up triple for Pacey Lewis at the start of the inning. That is huge for the Artesians here. They need some more insurance runs.
And, I mean, that's even Pacey's second triple of this game. So 2 triples in a game is not something that you see very often.
Definitely has some wheels, and what a great job to beat the shift out there and right.
In batting now, we have the freshman, Addison Massey-Deckard, her first time batting this game. Like we were talking about the first pitch jitters, I'm sure she has some right now.
Yeah, absolutely. As a freshman to play on a varsity team, it's not easy sometimes, and, you know, she's looking to drive in another run here and get some varsity experience as a freshman. There's a shot, almost hits Coach Britton again. Maybe she needs to get some catcher gear on.
I think she does. She at least needs a mitt out there or something. I'm sure she's staying ready.
Fun fact, when I was in Little League, my dad said he was always scared that I was going to do that when he was on third base, and that drops in there. Decker looks like she picks up a stand-up double. What a hit for the freshman. Way to step it up when we need it. Martinsville picks up another run, making the score 9-5 in the top of the 7th. Definitely a huge insurance run there.
Yeah, she's got some power as well. I mean, that foul ball that almost killed Coach Britton, that one was flying, and then she ripped that one to left field.
Definitely one of the future pieces here of the Artesian softball team. There looks to be a bunt there by Pemberton. Not successful on the first attempt. Artesians would be on a win streak here if they pick up this game against the Braves.
They just need to finish this 7th inning to do so.
Absolutely, and could mean some trouble because 2-3-4 is coming up for the Braves, as the third baseman, Day, just can't quite make the play. Ava Pemberton will reach first base safely. As there looks to be a pinch runner, Kayla Westner. Now, Kayla is a part of the publications class here at MHS. She does a great job. Always a fun person to be around, one of the funniest people I've ever met.
Yeah, she is a very, very nice person. She's kind-hearted. Just a great, like you said, great person to be around.
Yeah, her dad is also a very nice guy, and I've worked with him at the Little League before, and he's always a fun guy to be around, and so is her brother Craig. She's got some wheels, could possibly score here. Coach decides to stay, no reason to risk the out as the Artesians pick up another run.
Yeah, and I believe Craig Westner was a 3-sport athlete in high school.
Yeah, football, basketball, and baseball. Craig was that guy that we always used off the bench, that he could field the ball well, and he was a pretty fast guy, and he could poke some singles up the middle when we really needed it.
Yeah, and for basketball, I mean, he usually came off the bench, but there was no doubt that whenever he came into the game, he was going to give it his all and hustle for every rebound and play as best defense as he could.
Looks like they got the runner at second base, but another run scores for the Artesians. That'll make the score 11-5. Artesians really have opened up this this game in the past 2 innings. As there's a drive out to center field, could possibly go over the fence. Sydney Gallian, a senior, gets a home run to join the party. Now let's watch the celebration. Let's see if she has the gritty. She does. What a fun celebration.
And I honestly would not be surprised if we get back-to-back home runs here. Ella Whitney, even a more powerful hitter than Gallian is.
Yeah, Whitney Whitney may be hitting another bomb here. Looks like we're going to see a pitching change. Number 16, Amelia Woodkey. Just kidding. We might not.
Maybe she's just not quite prepared to pitch right now. Maybe she's making a mid change.
Once again, I mean, huge inning by the Artesians. Really, the last 2 innings have been huge for them. Coming up, we've got the sectionals at the end of this month in May. It's sectional time for baseball and softball. Now, baseball got an excellent draw. Very happy about it. We play Whiteland on the bye, and Greenwood plays Center Grove in the first round, and Mooresville and Franklin play each other in the first round, which is huge for us because Franklin has one of the best guys in the country, if not the best, in the 23 class, Max Clark, committed to Vanderbilt. And, I mean, I don't really care what people say. He's going to get drafted next year out of high school, and I don't know, if I saw his signing bonus that he's going to get, I might not be able to pass up college.
Yeah, I mean, just by looking at him, you can tell that this guy is some type of athlete because he is extremely buff, and he's just a really muscular guy.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, Bo, this may seem crazy, as a baseball player squatting 500 pounds. He posted his video on Twitter. Very impressive.
That is something.
Now we got Amelia Woodkey here into the game. She is pitching. She was playing second base. Looking to stop Ella Whitney from her reign of terror that she's had on today. 2 home runs by the senior, committed to FIU. Also has a single and a walk. So she's 3 for 3, but has reached base all 4 times today. Looking to have an excellent game. Go 5 for 5. There it is. That's going to be a double probably. Definitely. What a tear.
Yeah, and the outfielders on that play were quite literally leaning on the fence.
Yeah, absolutely. They were very, very ready for that, you know. Even the catcher was telling her, throw it outside, throw it outside. You got to hit the spot there. And she did, but Whitney still absolute tear.
You are correct.
Now we've got Pruitt up to bat. Pruitt started off this game pitching. And then Chloe Huff came in. There's a foul ball. Carson Pruitt, 1-1 count here. Carson is 1 for 4 today, looking to pick up her second hit of the day.
Yeah, and I'm sure she's trying to continue this big inning that the Artesians are having right now.
Looking at some numbers here, Woodkey actually has a 0 ERA so far in the season. Now she's only pitched 1 inning and does have 1 walk, but no strikeouts. So definitely probably not a pitcher that you see very often. As there's a deep fly ball out to right field, under it. Throw in, wild. Whitney thought about going but doesn't. Stays at third base. We'll call it a sac fly. Out there to right field. Outfielders still playing on the fence. They don't want to give up any more deep shots.
Yeah, looks like they're hoping to rob one of these. All the way out like you just said, all the way up to the fence.
Chloe Huff up the plate. She's 1 for 4 as well, so looking to pick up her second hit. As that one almost hit her.
Yeah, maybe a smart decision not to take that one because that looked like it was coming right for her kneecaps. Sure that could have done some damage.
Yeah, kneecaps, the ankle bone, the ball of your ankle, your ribs. Those are the things that really hurts. And then obviously your face. But doesn't happen as often as the other ones do. Oh, and elbows. That's why you'll see a lot of players wear elbow guards, because taking one off the tip of your elbow is horrendous pain.
Especially the funny bone. If it gets a hold of any of your funny bone, I mean.
Yeah, your arm goes numb.
Like they say, it's not very funny, so.
Ball 4.
Yeah, I remember back in 6th grade when I played travel ball, I got smoked in the back on it was my last hit in baseball ever. It was my last at bat. So that was my last game, and it was pretty traumatizing.
Yeah, and now we've got a pinch runner here. Or a courtesy runner, my apologies. Audrey Shepard. Tori Edwards up to bat. Today she's 2 for 4. Pretty solid game so far. Looking to be 3 for 5. Boosts that average up to 625. Looks like a meeting on the mound real quick as Coach Kayla Britton talks to our home plate umpire. Now another thing that we could talk about is the softball sectional. Once again, Martinsville playing the winner of 2 ranked opponents, Mooresville at number 4 and Center Grove at number 14. And on the other side of the bracket, we've got Greenwood and Franklin. Martinsville plays Franklin this week, tomorrow and Wednesday, and played Greenwood earlier in the season. They split with them.
Yeah, and the Artesians played Mooresville twice early in the season, lost pretty bad both times, 13-0 and then 13-4. So, I mean, that just shows how good Mooresville really is, because clearly the Artesians are also a good softball team.
So it looks like a pitch out there. As the Artesians have almost hit through the entire lineup. There's a fly ball out to shortstop, and that's pretty much automatic. Tudor has that one covered, and we're going into the bottom of the 7th. Martinsville up 12-5.
This is your IHSAA. This is your state. This is your high school. This is your athletic association.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and we're here to make sure that all of this remains yours.
This is your state. This is your community. This is your IHSAA.
Do that.
And we are back here at Roden Field in the bottom of the 7th. Martinsville is beating Indian Creek 12-5. Now, the Braves will have to have a huge inning here if they want to come back and win this game. Chloe Huff had a great game so far. She has 6 strikeouts in the game so far. And
in an even better game, Ella Whitney, 2 home runs. She's 4 for 4. She's just doing everything right tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. You can tell she's definitely the leader of this team. Here up the bat, we got Jasmine Day. She's 1 for 3 so far in the game. There was a gross pitch in the dirt. Strike 1. Day has struck out twice already, so. Ball seems to get away from the pitcher, but doesn't really matter. There's nobody on base.
Yeah, catcher Ava Pemberton needs to dial that down a bit. Because you never know. Someone could have been on base. I'm sure she was just having a good time, though. Wasn't really focused that much because she knows that no one's on base. So, and she's up 12-5 too.
Oh. Another strikeout there. Huff's 7th of the game. And here comes Alyssa Lewis. Lewis did score one of the Braves' runs here today in their game. That is 1 for 3. As there's a pop-up to the shortstop. Let's see if she can get it in. Beautiful, beautiful catch right there by Holly Gallian. That'll be 2 outs for the Artesians.
The shortstop, Emily Tudor.
Holly Gallian looking a little bit more like Emily Tudor out there with those athletic plays, able to run the ball down and catch it over her shoulder.
Absolutely. And speaking of Emily Tudor, here she is. 2 doubles in this game. And one of them was about 6 inches from being a home run.
Yeah, I'm sure she was very frustrated about that one.
Absolutely. If I hit a ball off the top of the fence, I would not be very happy.
Yeah, it's very understandable.
Looks like she slowed that one down a little bit. Huff has done a great job. No walks today, which is impressive. Usually you don't see that. She's definitely taken over the game since she came in. And here's a tough situation. 3-1, 2 outs. If I'm Tudor, I'm not swinging until I get 2 strikes in this situation.
Yeah, I'm playing first base right now. We have the freshman, Deckard, who hit last inning, and she got a double.
There's a pop-up. This could end the game, and it does. Lewis ends the game. That'll be a fly ball, and that'll do it for the Artesians, winning 12-5 against the Indian Creek Braves. That's going to do it here from Roden Field as the Lady Artesians won 12-5. I would like to thank everyone for watching, and a big thanks to the students in the broadcasting program at MHS for producing the games. Those students were Luke Cheatham, Austin Bray, and Destiny Neal. For those students, along with my broadcast partner, Bo Dilly, I'm Levi Suter. Good night, everybody.